Greetings, this is Gilles Mansillon. I wanted to come and say hello today to offer a little guidance for those who are seeking to see what guidance we may have for today. We have a flying card. The flying card is direction, so that is the highest wisdom for us today, is to stay focused on our direction, no matter, to not let ourselves be distracted by whatever, and that is true for material or spiritual objectives. It is a matter of being focally directed with the ability to let go when it is the time, and to focus on it and put our energy forward when it is the time. For in many sense, life has the best result. I'm not an expert on life, I'm just saying from me, but the best results come from the harmonious connection between action and non-action. We have to learn to move from one state to the other, to not always be in action and to not always be in non-action. For it is a complementary effect. What we need to understand is achievement. How do we achieve what we need to achieve? For some time we need to achieve something without seeing the result, to sacrifice the present in order to guarantee certain future. And so sometimes we have to wait a little bit for see the result. What we need to do is to transform, to allow our transformation to happen, to move into this new self, new birth, new spirit with new power, new senses, we are far more connected than we used to be. And the general message for us is the pathfinder. The pathfinder is the guide of the physical life. It is he who guides us in relationship to our physical, to the physical relationship, money, love, romance, all those things for our master guide is more about our spiritual ascension, and our guardian angel is also really good at both, because she's the go-between us and all the spirit realm. For our guardian angel is a very powerful being of light that is very, very discreet, for they will never interfere in our life unless we call on them. But once we know the angels, it's always a great pleasure to always come in contact with them. I'm going to pull out a few cards from the angels. I'm going to do a chakra reading to see what I'm going to pull out 9 cards to look at the 7 chakras plus the Earth Star and the Soul Star. For the roots, there is the roots is the bottom. It's on the bottom of our spinal column, and it is a red chakra. When we send our white light into it, it becomes pink, so it softens things. And the roots is where all the challenges, all the karma, everything is stored within that. For it is the base. And we have to clear up the base right now. And here we see generosity. The more we understand that what life has given us, the more generous we can be with what life has given us, the more generous life will be in giving us more. For it is good to be generous, also in sort to be generous in relationship, to not be too severe in relationship to the mistakes of others. For we can learn from that as well. We have to, because the fault is never really onto others. If there is a fault, we have to look at it. We have to seek it out from within in order to correct our own mistakes in relationship to what happened. But in many sense, we can learn from both our mistakes and the mistakes of others. And so we do not want to hold on to anything. We want to be generous in our thoughts. We want to send good thoughts to everyone, and everybody will use those. But it's also to be generous because we can. It's always nice to be generous. What we see in the navel. So the base is ruled by Pluto. Right now, Pluto is the powerful planet of transformation. It is one of the farthest planets in the solar system that is officially recognized. Then on the navel chakra, the sacral chakra, is a chakra of harmonization. It controls all of the Earth plane. It is governed by Saturn, and here we have we have healing. I'm sorry. There is a certain illusion of illness. And this illness has manifested in the physical world. For there are millions of people that are still suffering from illness, yet we have all that we need to be all healthy. The problem is money. The pharmaceutical will not allow the people to be healed because they will lose too much, and so they keep on vaccinating and creating new illness and new disease, and so to make sure that their clients will be sick for the rest of their life. And so there is a great deal to understand that we need. Our thymus, our is our immune system. But the immune system in an advanced galactic society, the thymus is just as big as the heart, and the stomach's a lot smaller. But because and then you become completely invulnerable to anything. You become it is an advanced way of being. But on the earth, as soon as a child is born, we inject him with all those toxic chemicals, horrible bacteria, and all kinds of experimentation that they put in those vaccines, and there's loads of aluminum, and so the thymus becomes shrinks and become completely closed. So we do not develop that thymus, but to reactivate the thymus, you can do for 1 minute. You just have to do that for 1 minute. The thymus is the sacred heart. It is located between the throat chakra and the heart chakra. So, well, I went a bit off my purpose here, but and so what we see. So the navel is ruled by Saturn. It is the plane of the earth. It is dominated by the astral body, and our center of power is the solar plexus. It is where our power lies, and here we have recomfort. So it means to feel safe. There is from when we feel safe, we are able to find the freedom. Before we can be free, we have to find safety, and so there is comfort there in the heart. The solar plexus is ruled by Jupiter, the planet of expansion. The heart is ruled by the sun, and here we have unity. For unity, the sun unites, it is one. Everything is englobed within the heart. For in the higher planes, we all live within the one heart of God. And so, in many sense, the three chakras that are below are creative. Then there is three receptive chakra, and the heart is a neutral chakra that balance out the energy. And in many sense, we all the ability to stay in physical, to keep our physical body eternally young and vibrant is about maintaining the balance between the upper chakras and the lower chakras, but eventually they get misaligned, and so there is the Master Thoth, the Master of Wisdom, educate us in that regards in the Emerald Tablet of Thoth. He explained the process of crystallization of the physical body. In the throat chakra, it's governed by Chiron. We have complementarity, which means to find a complement, to find to seek out, to find complement within life, to find a situation that matches ourselves, that a partner that matches ourselves. For it is when we move into spirituality, it is sometimes delicate to, if we're in a couple and only one of them awaken to the light, the other one does not. It's when you move into spirituality, it is kind of normal to spend a bit of time by yourself alone, so you have time to develop your inner self, and eventually you'll find a higher relationship at the end of the process. But so it is okay to find the complementarity, but it's also okay to find complementarity within yourself. What we see in this, and this is Chiron that governs this chakra. And the sixth chakra is governed by Neptune. It is the third eye. It is the focal point of ascension. Everything happens through the fourth eye, through the third and the fourth eye that's behind the neck. And there are many eyes that we learn to look through. Then there is hope. Hope is very essential. For if everything is lost, hope can never be lost. If we have hope, everything becomes possible again. And the crown, in terms of the crown chakra, is governed by Uranus. We have the dreams. For our dreams, the dreams, we have to dream the dreams that are ready to come true. And so, even if our dreams do not come true, it is still good to have the dream, to maintain the dream, to cultivate your dream. Below our feet, we have there is an etheric chakra that is connecting us to the planet. That's called the Earth chakra, the Earth star chakra. And when we take planes into very high altitude, we move outside of what is called the Schumann pulse. And so this chakra is being it is like it is stirred out, and it is very dangerous to the aura to do that regularly. That's why if you do fly a lot, I recommend you use at least bracelets in gold or platinum or even copper if you don't have access to gold or platinum. But this will reinforce the aura to some degree, and so our dreams are very important. I don't know where I came into this. And so the Earth star chakra is very what connects us to the planet and allow there is all kinds of magical understanding that we can, once we align those two energies, the soul and and the star chakra and the earth chakra. And here we have serenity. Also, we are free from entrapment, from desire, from being possessed by our desire. Serenity is about freedom. And what we see in our soul chakra, the soul star chakra is a chakra that's it's like a spinning vortex that's about 30 inches above, 30 centimeters above our head. That's like a silver star, and it's shared by us and our higher self. And so it is a vortex that we can use to communicate with our higher self, to even turn towards it and ask for your new self to be downloaded into you, to be a silver. There'll be a silver light that will come in and to allow the can ask on Archangel Uriel to help assist you. This silver light is the guardian of that light. It is the light of the future, and what we see here is confiance, which means trust. So it is about trusting. There is this trust, and the more we trust, the more we are able to move forward with the flow. Well, I hope this message was interesting for you. I wanted to briefly also say that crystals are awakening right now. Crystals are very useful, but all mineral, for crystals, 90% of the Earth's crust is made of crystal, whether it is quartz or chips or diamond or anything. It's crystalline in form is something that our cell will eventually be crystallized. We want to move into the place. For now, it is like eventually our body will become like a beautiful clear crystal that has to be loved, it has to be cared, it has to be cleansed, it has to be taken care of, this physical body. But there is a process of crystallization. Right now it is to understand this process of crystallization, it is like a physical body would be like a piece of chalk. It is made of carbon, but it burns easily, it breaks down very easily, and it will be coming to dust with nothing. But the same molecule could, once crystallize into a diamond, will become very solid, very long lasting. For diamonds are not eternal, but they last very long. They're very solid. They're very and this is our true nature, is the diamond light, this diamond frequency is so we have to accept that we're moving into a crystalline state. Call on the crystals, work with them. Sometimes you want to use them, you want to hold other minerals, maybe buy a little book that can tell you a little bit about each of the minerals, to know which one to use, or to wear them, or to communicate with them, sometimes to wash them in clear water. But work with the crystal. The crystal wants to assist in this process of ascension. So we thank them. I thank you very much for your attention, for following this video, for all your support. I wish you a wonderful day, and I'll talk to you later. Namaste.